Hi there YouTube, welcome to the 7th episode of the consecutive series, and today I am in my pajamas, already, washed and everything, because earlier I was like playing League, editing videos, filming for the June favorites, and kind of in the back of my head I was just like, what am I gonna do for today's episode of the consecutive series? And like I was thinking really hard. I was just like, man, what am I gonna do? And then like, spoiler alert, one of my favorites for the month of June is definitely gonna be in Taiwan. And so I was just like, oh wow, what things did I not cover in the Explore Taiwan series plus the food video? And by the way, I know they're not up yet, but they're like inching closer to completion. So I thought it'd be very opportunistic to be able to release this first and give you guys like oh, these things too. Anyways, so for the general, like, I guess, very informal guide, I mean, there are a lot of things that you can do in Taipei. Taipei 101, Ximending, Dongchu, Chiang Kai-shek Memorial, all the night markets, so like Shilin Night Market, Gongguan Night Market. There's a line stop on the red line, it's called Yongkang, and Yongkang Jie is like the street where you can get like some pretty good beef noodle soup. What else? What is sold on Yongkang Jie? Oh my goodness, it escapes me. But there's a lot of really good stuff there. I have included the bulk majority of those things in the kind of food plus the Explore Taiwan videos. But for today, I wanted to kick off the video talking about Taipei, like obviously listing the ones that are pretty standard, but giving you guys some insight towards some places that you might want to explore just on the side. So the first one that I really want to suggest to you guys is a place called Jiufen, and the place that you want to like actually explore is called Jiufen Laojie. And so Jiufen is like roughly 48 minutes from like Taipei City, like the heart of Taipei. So like, I mean, it's a little far off. You'd have to look into buses or take a taxi. I highly recommend not taking a taxi, but like you could take a taxi. Yeah, there's definitely transportation that can get you there. But Jiufen is really nice in the fact that like it's just an amazing, exquisite experience of the Taiwanese culture. So like all the architecture, especially in that little like strip, I guess I call it like a shopping strip. It's really exotic. It's really cultural. It's like very old-fashioned, and like just like everything there, I'll put a picture up here too so you guys have an understanding of what it looks like, but like everything there is just like a very, oh wow, this is what old-fashioned Chinese is like. But they sell like really contemporary stuff, and like you can get like pineapple cakes there, you can get mochi there. There's like just a really nice wide selection of things you can buy there and eat there. It's mainly eating. But yeah, you walk through the entire Laojie, which is kind of like it's like a less modern night market, I guess. I don't know how to put it, but it's a really nice place to be. I'd highly recommend checking out Jiufen if you go to Taipei. Number two that I would recommend, if you're not afraid of heights or anything, I would recommend the ski lifts. So there's a place, I think it's the end of the Brown Line on the MRT in Taipei. It's called Maokong. It's like, they're like cable cars. So like you get to like go inside of the actual like cable car, like kind of like a ski lift thing, but it's like see-through and it's enclosed, so you have no risk of falling down, and it gives you the entire view of Taipei's mountain. And I'll also include another picture of what I'm talking about here. Of course, all the things that I mention in this video will also be linked down below. So the first two are Jiufen and Maokong, and then near Maokong there's actually the Taipei Zoo if you're interested in animals. I mean, I'm sure there are exotic animals in the Taipei Zoo. I mean, I personally wouldn't know, but I mean, it's a zoo, and if you enjoy animals, you're bound to enjoy a zoo. I highly recommend not going there during summer, but any other season time, I'm pretty sure it's probably amazing. Zoo is the third one, and then the fourth one that I want to recommend is actually Tianmu. So Tianmu is the place where I actually live, or like the area I actually live. It's like a little bit like, I guess, north-ish of Shilin, which is where the very famous night market is. And so Tianmu is this place where there's a bunch of foreigners. Everyone's like extremely English friendly there. And like in Tianmu, you find just a lot of different things. There's a lot of variety in what you can eat in Tianmu. And plus like, there are just like a bunch of department stores around there that also carry great food. I mean, don't get me wrong, like a lot of the department stores like near Zhongshan, near 101, near like the Sogo and Dongchi, like they're all like pretty stacked in terms of food. But like, I mean, if you go to Tianmu, there are just a couple of like places, like, I mean, the breakfast place that I'll mention in the food favors video is like really good. And I have not had a better breakfast place there. So, I can't tell you guys the address of the breakfast place off the top of my head, but I can try to find it and link it in the description as well. Number 5, and this is gonna be the last tip, sorry, I'm like running out of things that I'm thinking of, but tip number 5 is going to be Gongguan area. And so the reason why I recommend this general area is because it's a college town. So Gongguan is, I guess, the stop on the brown line or the green line. I can't remember. I think it's the green line, actually. That you get off to go to National Taipei University, which is like the biggest and also best university in Taipei. And around there, they have their native night market. And alongside the night market, they have a lot of different things that you can explore. There's a puzzle cafe, which is honestly a great date idea. Like, in my opinion, like doing a puzzle with someone, I mean, albeit like some people might get really impatient, it really depends on like the nature of like who you're going to the puzzle cafe with, but great place. And then everywhere around Gongguan too, like there's a really bomb-tastic like Bing place. Bing is like snow or ice, and it's great for summer. And there's a guapao for the night market, which is absolutely delicious. I don't know how they make it so good, but there's always a line there. Gongguan is just a really nice place to explore, and not many people actually explore there when they travel to Taipei. And so I guess those 5 are the general 5 places that I highly recommend you guys check out if you do head into Taipei and you've exhausted the general tourist list of where to go. So if you found that helpful, leave a like and subscribe, and also let me know what you guys think. Obviously, I know I'm really backed up for the entire like Explore Taipei and like Taipei Food All-Stars videos stuff, but I'm literally dedicating the entirety of my Saturday to editing and fixing up those videos so that they can be pretty much launched next week, tentatively, maybe like next Saturday's start date, but definitely gonna start those in this series. So be excited, be on the watch, it'll be fun. Anyways, to conclude off this video, kind of similar to how I conclude all the other videos that I typically do, we are going to travel to my previous video and see any comments that might be on there. So, the previous video comments. This one was an odd kind of video of mine, but anyways, Jerry Chen replies, "Great video topic. I feel like I need to incorporate some of these lol." And I mean, honestly, saving money and talking about money is honestly a discussion that I think needs to be more prevalent within like millennials and generally like young, like, I mean the generation after millennials, just because no one has financial literacy, and like it makes me want to have it because it feels like it's such a valuable skill. But yeah, thank you for participating and commenting, chiming in on your opinions. Obviously, if you guys have any questions about like any of these locations that I've linked down below in Taiwan, be sure to comment, be sure to engage, be sure to ask more about Taiwan. If you want to know more about Taiwan's fashion, if you want to know more about Taiwan's streetwear, if you want to know more about not just like locations that you can tour in Taiwan, but like more food suggestions, more like regional foods. Like I could do an entire video probably in this series just talking about my favorite regional Taipei foods, because it's separate from like my favorite foods that I go to Taipei and I eat, which is kind of weird, but hold your horses, it'll make sense after you see all the videos. But anyways, it's running a little late now. I gotta edit and put this up there, and so thank you very much, you guys, for tuning into this video. I hope you guys enjoyed the video and the content, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.